so many things happening right now,
Mm.
today, right? At this moment.
Well, what's that? The video I sent you on 2025.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched that. Tom Horn.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So he's just one. I like him. He comes across good. I've seen a few of his, Tom Horn. It's breaking out.
Yeah.
And if you talk to anyone who says, "Oh, I don't want to know, it's all bullshit," well, just walk away. You know, just don't start doubting. You know, just don't do that. Just if they're choosing to stay in ignorance and darkness because of fear, you can't really do anything about that. The worst thing you can do is let their negativity affect you, right? Because that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help you, right? Just reinforces their negativity for a start, because you've given them some validation because you haven't challenged them. And it's also taken some of your energy, right, and left you less than you were. You know, you might have been feeling good. Oh, okay, I think I'm feeling good about, God and energy and everything. And you talk to someone, it's all bullshit. So, and you're going to drop off from that place of, I'm feeling good, nice and light. All of a sudden there's going to be their negative energy in your mind, and and you'll come off that place, okay? Because misery loves fucking company, right? It loves it, right? It's just, I come down here where it's all depressing and miserable and dark. Right? It might be your best friend, right? But that's the space they're in. It's got nothing to do with them. It's the space that they've chosen to be in. But to them, it's reality, right? It's fucking everything. It's everything. It's all bullshit, right? It's just you got to work, and you bleed. And if you let them, it's easy for that energy to bring you down, to bring around.
Yeah.
So it's about learning. See, I'm just a baby in this, right? I'm really glad and grateful that I'm single and free, right? I can basically go anywhere, do anything I want, right? I'm free. I have not chained to any institution or any person or any relationship, any situation, okay? And so, but it's kind of it's just this timeless freedom thing. See, the thing about time, there's the old story about, how time flies when you're having fun, but it drags when you're bored, okay? Now, there's a clue in there, right? And it shows that time is flexible. It's not fixed. Because when you're really into something and really interested in it and you're focused, all right, the time goes really fast. Oh, shit, 3 hours already, okay? But when you don't want to be somewhere, 5 minutes takes an hour, all right? That's a clue. We might just brush that off as a funny kind of thing that happens. But something is actually happening. When you were doing that, when you were focused, right, and time's going so fast, right, you're actually affecting time. It's not bullshit. It's not just a peculiar thing that, didn't notice how fast time was going, and then forget about it. You actually affected time. We actually did affect time, right? This is what they're saying, okay? So, so they're saying that the story is that we have all this incredible power, right? More power than we can even dream of, right? In our kind of mental mind, in our human mind, we can't imagine the kind of power that we have. This is what we're being told, right? But the elite know this, right? And they've said to each other, and this has been documents and everything have been shown, whereas they say things like, we can't let the people know what power they have, because as soon as they understand what power they have, that's the end of us. This is the 1% that run the world, okay? They know that they have to keep us ignorant, because if we discover what power we really have, instead of just waking up in the morning, going to the factory, fucking paying our tax and, having a holiday and then making their widgets. If they find out what power they really have, well, that's the end of us. That's the end of our rule on earth. That's the end of our mansions and our planes and fucking everything like that, okay?
Yeah.
It'll be the end of it. So we've got to stop them from discovering their power, right? So what's coming out now is that we're being told to understand, just like exactly what Jesus tried to say to us. You have all this power. The things that I've done, things you've seen me do, you'll do greater things than this. All right? In other words, he's saying you have all this amazing power to do things. That was 2,000 years ago. We're being told exactly the same thing today by the extraterrestrials, by all the spiritual people. It's exactly the same message, that we have all this power, that we have no idea that we have this power. So you and I are sitting here at the moment, looking at our lives, looking at your life, looking at my life. We are not in touch with our power, right? We obviously, according to the story, you and you, Darryl Kirk, and me, Darryl Smith, we don't know, we are not in touch with our power, right? All we've got is head stuff, right? This is the truth. We've just got head stuff. We don't have, but there's supposed to be this hope, and this is supposed to be what's coming through, an awakening type, an ascension type thing for people all around the world, people like you and me, to discover their power, right? Which is what has been talked about for thousands of years, that we have all this power, but it's only been a handful of people that have touched it. But they've tried to tell us, the other rest of the billions of people, that we have all this power. Now, just because billions of people haven't used it doesn't mean that it's not true, right? If you, told 1,000 people that there was a fortune hidden in the ground under there, but no one went and dug it up, no one's going to get in of it, are they? They're just going to, oh no, that's all bullshit, I don't believe that. Can't be that easy. Just go over there, dig a hole in the ground, pull up some money. No, go away, mate. I've got work to do. I've got to make some money, right? So that's basically. And what did Jesus say? The treasure buried in the field. A man discovers the treasure buried in the field. He goes and sells everything he has and buys that field, right? But the world does exactly the opposite. Someone tells you there's a treasure hidden in the field, they lock him up. He's crazy. Put him in an asylum. Give him a couple of pills, right? Put him on a pension. Oh, we got real shit to do. We're going to build bridges and planes and bombs and fucking kill some people, right? So, that's basically been the story. And it's very one-dimensional, because Sludge Boy is one-dimensional, right?
Sludge boy Satan.
He's one dimensional, right? Just fucking one. That's all he's got. And that, so anyone under his control is going to be just that. That's all they're going to see. Is this much. You know, or what can I get? What can I take?
Yeah.
What can I have?
Yeah.
What's going to give me a rush? One fucking dimension. Me, the ego. Okay?
Yep.
Right? And so that's all the people around the world that are influenced by that, by Sludge Boy. Okay? So they've got that exact same mentality. All right? I gotta take this, right? So, because it's mine, and it's all mine. That's Sludge Boy. It's all mine. That's the whole Gnostic story. Sludge Boy saying, no, it's all mine. There's no other God but me. There's no one else but me. Everything is all mine. And these little lights in the sky, I don't know what they are, but I can destroy them. I'm going to cause trouble because there's nothing else but me. All right? There's no other creation. There's no other God. There's nothing. Right? That's the Gnostic story, and that's what. And so, one-dimensional Sludge Boy was born. Right?
But isn't Sludge Boy? He's the creator of the aliens and the demons.
Well, see,
I mean, in the sky, Prince of the Air.
See, this is where it gets really grey because they don't talk much about. Only a couple of the sites have mentioned the negative influence in the universe. All right, just hints. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's what they're hinting at. All right, but the others don't really talk about that much because I suppose they're trying to stay positive because. You know, obviously the light and the darkness is more light than darkness, but the light's going to win, always wins. But Greer has said that they're both out there, the angels, okay, and the other people in the universe, all right? So, if Sludge Boy is in creation, then he's affecting everything, all right? Us, the aliens, everything, all right? But we have power that Sludge Boy can't contain, right? Which is why he has to use deceit and lies and intimidation and fear, all right, to stop people from realizing what they really are. In other words, okay, according to the Bible, we were supposed to eat from the tree of life, all right?
Yeah.
But Sludge Boy, said, no, go and eat from that one.
Tree of knowledge.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, he dumbed us down right from the start. He doesn't want us discovering our power. He didn't want us eating from the tree of life, all right? Didn't want that to happen. So the story was he made sure that didn't happen. So there's something that we've got to have access to, a source of power and energy that he doesn't want us getting a hold of, okay? And if you can take one thing out of Genesis, right, that's obviously it. Oh, no, don't eat from that one, eat from that one, right?
Yep.
So, and that caused all the problem. So that's a clue that we as beings have access to a source of life and power and energy, right, that is a threat to Sludge Boy, and he doesn't want us getting it. And that's been the story of the elite in the human race from day one, the secret societies and everything like that, okay? They don't want us understanding something about us, all right? They just want us to go to the factories, make their widgets, pay our taxes, have a holiday and shut the fuck up, all right? And die. Get your pension and die. That's what they want, right? Now, but they don't live like that. No, they don't live like that. They live completely differently, all right? So one federal court judge in Australia had to stop a trial and ask someone what a fucking supermarket was. Yeah, it's a judge in Australia. Excuse me, what's a supermarket? Because the defendant said, yes, well, I went to the supermarket. Supermarket? Excuse me, what's a supermarket? This is how far up their ass their head is, right? And these are the people that are, you know, passing judgment on us. What's a supermarket? So this is how fucked up this thing really is. This system really is. They're so out of touch. Yeah? Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Bob Hawke when he was Prime Minister. He put $5 on the bar. He said, shout the whole bar. He didn't know the cost of inflation. And he's a politician.
well, yeah, it's even worse than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar sort of thing, you know, out of touch. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So, it seems to be really important right now that we start to realise and become aware that the truth about life might finally be coming out. Like, something's about to happen, all right? And it's got nothing to do with any of the religions, right? Nothing to do with any of the religions, okay? Because it's all about spirit. The religions are a game that they play here.
The puppet.
Religion was just supposed to be helping the widow and the fatherless. We've got a world full of religion and a fucking absolute ocean full of widow and fatherless, and a world full of religion. So can you see how that's the whole religious side of it is all bullshit?
Yeah.
It's just stories.
Yeah.
You with me?
Gullible people.
Okay. So all of them. Okay. So you've got to, first of all, that's the most important thing is you've got to get free. All right. And that means free from thoughts. Right? Because it's our thoughts that are driving our lives. All right. Now, and Sludge Boy is in charge of thoughts. Right. But here's the thing. We have this special power. We have access to the tree of life, right? He doesn't want us to know that. He just wants to keep filling our head with information and data, okay? Okay? And this person said this, and this person did that, and this fucking, and that went over there, and this, okay? It's all just information going through the eyes, the ears, all right? Anywhere in the world, anything that anyone is saying, it's just information, tree of knowledge stuff, all right? The real truth comes from the tree of life.
Yeah.
But that's not from our thoughts. Because the
spirit.
thoughts is all to do with the tree of knowledge. All right? That's why we have all these thoughts. Sludge Boy's just got the fucking hose and he's just pouring all these billions of thoughts all day into people's heads. And they think, oh yeah, and they're reacting to those thoughts and having emotional responses to those thoughts, which is then, those emotions are then reinforcing those thoughts, which then creates more emotions, which then produces more thoughts. Right? It's a snowball thing. Okay? And it's just an energy thing that picks up speed. Right? It's a trap. So
distraction from the spirit.
Exactly. So now distractions. Okay, let's look at distractions. What about sport, wars, the climate, extraterrestrials, evolution, Atlantis, all right? These are all distractions. They're all thoughts. So they all make us think about things, all right? So when we start thinking about things, we're in the world of thought. Okay?
Yeah.
Right in Sludge Boy's fucking game. Right? Whatever it is, if it's thought, okay, it can be influenced. Right? And it was in the Garden of Eden. It was thought. Okay? So, but the beautiful thing is that we have access to the tree of life, but we just don't know it. All right? And the reason we don't know it is because our heads are full of thoughts.
It's mentioned in the Bible, the tree of life, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Genesis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Eat from this one, but don't eat from that one. Okay? So what happened? We got sidetracked and we ate from the wrong one. Knowledge. All right? That's the clue.
Yeah.
Knowledge. Right? So, in other words, thought, because knowledge is
Knowledge
all thoughts.
is power, power is achievement.
You don't pick up knowledge off the ground, it's
No.
fucking in your head. All right? You can't make knowledge.
No.
It's only in your head. You can produce something with it, but it's an intangible thing inside your head.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So it's in all these people's heads. Now, the ones that, obviously there are people that are just completely committed to Sludge Boy, all right? Because they've opened up certain channels within themselves and they're quite happy to do that, all right? So, gonna leave those motherfuckers, all right? But for the rest of us, we've got to understand that we've got access to the tree of life, all right?
Yeah.
Now, you and I, as yet, have not accessed it.
No, how do you...
But,
how?
yeah, well, this is the thing. It starts with us understanding that we do have
Aware.
access to the tree of life.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't got it yet, we've got access because that's how we were designed. All right? Breathe on it, Samael. All right? So, it's in through the breath. Okay?
Breathing
It comes
is
through the breath. Okay?
Right.
So, it's all about the breath. All right? It's all about the breath.
Slowing down those thoughts and letting
It's all
spirit
about the
come
breath.
forth.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
the meditation thing, I'm finally starting to understand what meditation's all
Not the
about.
Kundalini thing. That's Hindu paganism.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's the snake serpent through the chakras of the spine.
yeah, they people love to make things complicated. And I can only assume that that's all about the tree of knowledge. That's the curse. All right? We didn't just eat from the tree of knowledge and then get kicked out of the garden and then we forgot everything. But the curse of knowledge. All right? Our head stuff.
Yep.
So you can see all over the world all the different people and how they're all thinking these different things and everything, all right? Now, so, but me personally, I have to, I've got to stay with this idea that the tree of life is accessible, all right? And I'm trying to understand how and what it's all about, all right? And this has been a long process, right? But like Jesus said, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So we have to understand, all right? Now, understanding is not knowledge. Knowledge is just knowledge, all right? So I can have a knowledge of how to build a weapon, all right? And I can build that weapon and then I can kill somebody. But killing them, that's not fucking wisdom, is it? That's not understanding. I've got the knowledge to make the gun, right? But I don't have the wisdom to not shoot somebody, right? And it doesn't go that far because it's just knowledge, right? It's all knowledge. I can make this weapon. It doesn't go to extend to the point, well, if I kill that person, that'd be a really shitty thing to do. It doesn't go that far because they didn't get to the tree of life. They only got the tree of knowledge, how to make the gun, right? And that's because Sludge Boy doesn't have access to the tree of life. So the people under his control don't have access to it either. So they can't relate to, that's a really shitty thing to do. That's why they can kill those children. They don't see it, oh no, I really don't want to do this. A beautiful little girl, I don't want to kill her. Oh no, I don't, it's been terrible with family. They don't think that.
Many of the race Christians are preaching to me, are telling me that we don't have any spirit, and there's nothing in us that's got any light except the Holy Spirit, and we can't breathe any spirit unless it's the Holy Spirit. But I believe we have a spiritual intelligence within us. Otherwise, we'd kill ourselves on the way trying to find the cross.
So
something's guiding us.
That's it. So you've got to get out of your thoughts.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the tree
but
of
we
knowledge.
do have spirit. You believe we have a spirit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, these grace Christians are telling me we don't have spirit.
Okay, so
we only have the Holy Spirit.
All right, well, now it's time to learn, to understand what's going on. Right?
Yeah.
Because there are billions of people saying that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Sludge Boy is controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
But it does appear that things are changing. Okay, I know people have been waiting thousands of years for things to change, but it does look like things are finally changing, just like all the prophecies have said. It looks like things are coming home to roost. Finally, after 2,000 years, coming up to 2033, all right, it's looking like things, and we can't deny that. Okay, it's not 1850, it's not 1940. Okay, it's 2023. Okay, a few years away from the big 2000 and everything that's happening in the world. You can't deny that all this. I could be talking to someone like this, and they could just be saying, they could say everything you've just said is all bullshit. I don't believe any of it. All right, they've got the choice to say that. All right, I'm not going to not say this because they think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll just stop talking to them, right, and I'll come and talk to someone else. Right, so because they're ignorant, they're choosing to sit in ignorance, but they want me to sit in ignorance with them because misery loves company.
Yeah.
They want me to come and it's probably all bullshit. Yeah. That's because misery loves company, right?
Yeah.
So I've got to understand that. I've still got to love that person, right? Love and forgiveness and mercy and all that compassion, right? But I've got to understand that I can't let that energy bring me down to lower my energy because that's what it wants. All right? But I need to understand that.
Like atheism.
If I don't know that, and I'm listening to all these people trying to put me down, it's going to bring me down. Unless I understand that they're coming from a lower place, right? And they were trying to drag me down because that's how water flows,
Not that you're better than them, but better off. You're better off than them. Because no one's better than anyone else.
Yeah, in that respect, better off.
Better off.
Because I've got some hope and some faith.
Yes.
Right? And they don't have any. They've just got themselves and, what they can do. So, but that's why we need love and compassion for those people, not resentment. Yes, you're stupid, ignorant bastard. I hope you go to hell. No. That's not, So, we've got to get the thoughts under control. And the meditation seems to be the way to do this, all right? And it's about the breathing and concentrating on the breathing, watching the breathing, and going to that quiet place where they reckon that when the thoughts come in, don't fight them, all right?
No.
Just acknowledge them, all right? And just observe them, but don't act on them. Just observe them. And normally what happens is somebody gets a thought and they act on it immediately, okay?
Yeah.
Well, they're saying when the thought comes in, acknowledge it, okay, it wants me to do this, but don't do it. Just sit there and watch it, all right? But don't do what it says. Now, okay, the classic example, I'm still getting there, but okay, this would be a classic example. They reckon that when your body says it's time for a cigarette, they're saying, at least, okay, acknowledge that you want a cigarette, but don't actually have that cigarette straight away. At least wait half an hour or an hour.
Yeah.
Don't do whatever your body says to do immediately.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just stop. Close your eyes, take some breaths, and observe that feeling and that thought that wants you to do that thing. Come on, get it. But don't fucking do it. I know it sounds pretty simplistic, oversimplistic, and it's a bit like telling somebody who's got the flu or somebody who's sick, well, just get better. Just go, stop being sick, right? It sounds a little bit like that, right? But at the end of the day, that might be the truth, okay? That's all somebody needs to do is to not be sick. This is what they're telling us, okay? That we can do this. We don't have to be sick, right? We don't have to be sick. It's all mental, all sicknesses and everything. The only trouble is, the problem I have with that is children getting sick, right? They haven't had time to think all this stuff up. So that's above my pay grade, right? And they don't talk about that either. So that's why it's really important that that kind of the thing that is true for all of us, that we find that
peace too.
But it won't come from anybody else, right? No one else on the world, not me or any minister or pastor or anyone else, can say to you, this is how you do it, right? Because it's a personal journey. It's a personal journey. It's like me saying to you, okay, I'm catching a plane to Melbourne, and I'll be there tomorrow. Here's a train ticket. Now the train ticket doesn't get in to Melbourne till next Monday, but I'll see you on Tuesday. Well, that's impossible, because if the train doesn't get there till the following fucking Monday, how am I going to see you on Tuesday, right? It doesn't doesn't work. So it's, in other words, you have to make that journey on your time. I can't tell if you've got a train ticket that's going to land you in Melbourne in a week. I can't say that I'll see you in Melbourne in 2 days, can I?
Yeah.
Because it's going to take you a week to get there, right? I can give you the ticket. I can show you, there's the train, and this is what you've got to do. You get on there and then take you on, okay? But the journey, it's your journey, all right? Just because I can get to Melbourne in 2 days, that's my journey. But your journey is going to take a week, all right? Even though I've told you how to get there, all right? And I've given you the ticket. You're still going to take it, right? So there's 8 billion journeys going on here, all right? And because of the tree of knowledge thing, everybody wants to talk, right? Everybody wants to talk. A little bit of knowledge is dangerous, okay? So, and it's so bad that through history, there's only been, a dozen people or so that have actually cracked it. Okay, out of all the billions and billions and billions of people that have lived, there might be 10 or 12 that have got onto it. Okay. But what's coming through now is that time is over, and now we're being allowed to understand, and so it's like a cosmic thing has happened, a cosmic window has opened, right? After 2,000 years, which is letting us understand. So if you want to take that in the spiritual context that we were talking about before, well, in one thing that could be happening is that Sludge Boy has finally been contained to the point where he's not allowed to stop so many people from understanding.
Yeah.
With me?
Yeah.
That could be going on. Because you remember that prophet that was needed help, and Gabriel came to help him, but he said, I would have been here earlier, except the Prince of Persia held me up, and Michael had to come and help me so I could come here to be with you. I don't know if you remember that story.
It's a Muslim story, isn't it?
Hey?
Muslim story?
No, Old Testament.
Old Testament. Oh, okay.
Not the Muslim. No, I don't tell Muslim stories, mate. Give me a break. He said the Prince of Persia held me up. In other words, Sludge Boy.
Yeah.
All right. So to take that on face value, Sludge Boy has power that he can use to impede the angels. All right? Because Gabriel said it. Michael had to come and help me. All right?
Yeah.
So, in other words, Sludge Boy has power. The Prince of Persia has power. Divine kind of power, cosmic power, right? And he can affect things. So, okay, and you look in Revelation where it says that the reason why we haven't had the miracles and everything for these 2,000 years is because we've all been asleep. But he said that time will finish. Okay? So that ties in with, okay, for 2,000 years, Sludge Boy has kept us asleep. Alright? And now, God has finally said, okay, enough's enough. It's time. Now I want my people to wake up. And he's limited that influence because he's God. Okay, Sludge Boy doesn't realise, because he doesn't see anything outside of himself.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't accept that there is a God. Right? That made him. Right? Doesn't accept that.
Yeah.
As far as he's concerned, there's no other God. It's just him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know that there's this huge power watching him, thinking that he's on his own, and God's just looking at, oh yeah, okay. That's kind of like what's going on, right? And now God has finally said, okay, now we'll stop that influence for now. I want some of the children to wake up. It's like that, and that's in line with the Bible. But all I'm saying is I'm just trying to join the dots. That's all I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But that's all I've got is dots. Now, the thing that's going to make it real is how I live my life now from this moment on with those dots in mind. Right? It's all about how we live our life. And one thing we really have to be careful of is the things we say. Right? We really need to be careful of that. And the Bible is full of that too. The tongue, the most evil member of the whole body.
Yep.
Okay, our words, okay, every foolish word. Okay.
Yep.
So we've got to be careful about what we say. We've got to be aware of that. See, if we just wanted to slink back into ignorance, we'd just forget all about this conversation and then just start living our. But we can't do that.
No.
Right? We've got to start doing things different. We just, after this, I leave here. You can't go back to exactly who you were before I got here, because you know more now. All right? You can't. You've got to start acting on this. You can't just choose, oh, that was a nice conversation.
No.
You can't.
No.
You can't. It's right.
Yeah.
Because it's a new moment. It's all moving forward. That's all. Everything is past. It's all gone. Right. Everything past is the past. Right. So it's about what's ahead, not what's about past. Sludge Boy keeps bringing up the past. Okay. To lock people into certain thought forms and engrams. Thoughts are alive, you know. They're called engrams. They're little spiritual entities, all right, coming out of his hose, right,
Yep.
pouring into the to the universe. But God's got his hose as well, pouring the light in. But it's so. So the bottom line for us is that, okay, let no man teach you, right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing you could, that's probably the most highest wisdom that you could ever absorb.
Yeah.
To let no man teach you.
Yeah.
Because information got us in trouble in the first place.
Yeah, the tree of
right?
knowledge. Yeah.
Head stuff.
Yep.
All right?
Mm.
And
distracting us from going within and finding that still peace, voice,
well, the thing is,
and breath.
here's the kicker. The information that we really need, okay, is not in our head. It's not in the world. It's not in the world.
Yeah, not of the world.
It's not in the world. The information that we want is not in the world.
No.
It's in the tree of life that we didn't eat from. Okay? We just got the knowledge thing. We're continually munching on that fucking tree of knowledge. This bit of data, that bit of data, okay?
Yeah.
So the stuff that we're looking for is not in the world. It's not in our heads. We can't think it. With me?
No.
And one of the clues, the Bible says that man has, the human mind is not capable of conceiving what God has in store for his creation, okay? So our mind is not capable of holding high truths, right? It just can't do it. It's not, apart from the fact the sludge boy's got everything locked down in that area, all right?
Yep.
But our mind, we're getting our information from the wrong place, from the wrong tree, all right? And it doesn't have this information that we need, that we were supposed to get. We're getting the wrong stuff, all right? Without having that first, right? We just got that, and that's mucked us up, all right? So, in other words, okay, so let no man teach you. In other words, do not touch the tree of knowledge, okay? Don't go near it. That's what that is saying, all right? Let no man, whatever it is, a man, an angel, like angel, Satan can appear as an angel of light, all that stuff. Let no man teach you. In other words, the information that you're looking for is not in the world. Not any of the religions, not any of the universities, any of the institutions, okay? It's not coming out of the mouths of any of the people, all right? This is the magic. If you can start to get a hold of this, all right?
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get it.
The wisdoms of the false light from people's
Yeah,
mouthpieces, prophets even,
So
today.
But the miracle is that we do have access to the tree of life. That's the miracle, okay? And that's something that Sludge Boy has no control over, because it's not his creation. It's not his plan.
Yep.
Right? Even though he might be in charge, he's just the manager, and a bad manager. But he's just the manager. He's not the owner. He's just the manager, right? But he's taken the whole building and basically told the manager told the owner to stay away. All right, he's taken over everything, and it's his. He's taken the business, right? He doesn't care about the owner. He's in charge, right? But the owner doesn't worry about that. When the owner's ready, he'll just come in and off you go. So here's the rub. The information that we need is not in this world, all right? So you've got to stop looking for it in this world, all right? From wherever you go, the LDS and all that, you're not going to...
The Mormon Church, yeah.
Yeah, or any of that, okay?
Yeah, and religion.
The stuff that you need is not in the world, right? And when you look at the world and the state of it, all right, and you can see that we've got a world full of religion and no sign of God, right? That's got to be a clue.
And all that obedience factor, and yet still not the tree of knowledge, tree of life.
Ghettos.
Yeah,
they're
not
children dying because they haven't got water.
Yeah,
Old ladies being kicked out of their homes because they can't pay their exorbitant fucking rent. You go, old lady, get out in the street. So that's what that side of it has given us, and nothing has changed. So, in other words, the wisdom that we need is not in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise we wouldn't have all these terrible conditions. We're about to destroy the planet and poison ourselves and everything. Well, that's not wisdom, is it? To destroy the planet and watch people suffer, and that's not wisdom. But knowledge has allowed them to do that, to create technology, to make that happen, to destroy the world and watch people suffer, okay? Knowledge has done that, okay? So the knowledge that we need is not in the world, right? Where is it? Inside. The kingdom of heaven is within, all right? So you have to go straight to God, right? Straight there. With no thought, right? But with your understanding.
No head stuff.
No head stuff. Just
even
understanding.
I have to be obedient, or how much I have to deny myself. Not even a thought. Just go there as a choice, like a little child. But not the little child of religion that does fuck all to help anyone. They're all being pure in heart, taken like a lamb to the slaughter, but doing nothing, but feathering their own nests. Yeah, it's a choice, but without all the intellect controlled by the leaderships of the religions of this world. They just keep putting head stuff into us.
So the trick is to desire the thing that you don't have, all right? So if you don't have it, you can't think about it, can you? Because it's something that doesn't exist because you don't have it, right? So you desire that thing, the thing that you can't have. And if you're desiring that, the mind can't produce a thought of something that you can't have, right? Because it doesn't exist, all right? That means that's taking you out of the material world, right? Out of the world of thoughts, because thought can't deal with something that doesn't exist. It can only think about something that might exist, okay?
Yeah.
Right? But if you are directing your internal self to seek the thing that doesn't exist in this world, right? But seek the higher truth, and you can't think about that because a thought doesn't extend out to heaven, all right? It's our spirit that goes to heaven, not our thought. It's part of our body, all right? Part of this physical universe thing. It's our thoughts and our emotions, right? But our spirit can go straight to heaven.
I was going to highlight Jamie in Nepal, India. He went to a 3-day meditation at a Buddhist retreat out in the forest. Most people dropped away. He was in cross-legged position, fasting for 3 days. His motorbike had run out of fuel, completely empty on the tank. He made it through the 3 days without water. I don't even think he had water, I think, but no food. And there was only about a few left. And when he went back out to get on his bike, the tank was full, and he was able to get home through the forest back to the town. He said that was the universe giving me a blessing for going through, because he's detached himself from the thought process, and the guru was there, but guiding him through this. But because he's Buddhist, he's not Christian. But it's a sort of a stillness that he discovered, and he was trying to preach this to me, or teach it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is where you've got to be careful of let no man teach you.
Yeah.
Because we're all on our own destination.
Journey.
You are not on Jamie's journey. He is not on yours. All right. You've got to. If anything that I'm saying is resonating with you, all right, then you've got to go with that. All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not telling you a story about anything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm telling you that you have to find it yourself. Right. So that's the difference between someone telling you what to do and
So all
this is how it is.
These people that find this peace through Buddhism and that, why do they frown and pull a face when you mention Jesus?
Yeah,
because I'm not allowed to mention Jesus to
that's
Jamie.
right. So
he doesn't like
that's why it's important that you let no man teach you, because that's going to confuse you and bring you down, and no one can take someone else's fucking journey, right?
Understood.
Jamie's got his journey and he's going through all his experiences, all right? But the worst thing you can do is to let his journey interfere with yours.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like that, okay? Obviously, we've got 8 billion people all on different little journeys. Otherwise, we'd all be doing exactly the same thing, right? But we're not.
No.
Okay, so there's all on a journey, all right? But your journey is as important as anyone else's, mine or Jamie's or anyone, president's, right? Doesn't matter. It's just the same. It's on you, but you need to understand that, all right? We need to understand that. So we can start clearing the way in our head to let our spirit get access the tree of life, which will then give us the information that we're needing, all right? But we won't get that from anyone else, right? Because it's to do with the journey and our experiences, all right? But that's all personal.
What about the old saying, when you're ready, the teacher shall appear?
Well, here I am.
But you just said, let no man teach you.
Yeah.
It depends on what's resonating.
Yeah.
Comes into spirit.
Yeah. See, okay, to break that down, let no man teach you. In other words, don't believe what everyone says. That's another way of looking at it, okay? Because people tell you all kinds of things, and if you're going to believe them, you're going to confuse yourself, right? Because any man tries to teach you, he's just a man. He doesn't say, let no angel teach you, okay? He said, be careful of the angels, but it says, let no man teach you, because we're all the same. We all have, I can't tell you anything that God doesn't want you to know. With me? And if your heart is not ready to receive it, I can't tell you anything God does want you to know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because you're on your journey, aren't ready to receive that. Okay? So there's one place to get our information from. There's only one place. Okay? So, and that's a pure place. And that's the stillness. And that's the heart desiring to be the little child, to access the tree of life, but with no preconditions or expectations on what that is going to be, all right? Because that's straight away head stuff, all right? That's the tree of knowledge straight away. So we've got to learn that was the distinction. We could have either had life or we could have had knowledge. Right?
Yeah.
We were supposed to get life first, then the knowledge, right? But it didn't happen. We just got the knowledge. We didn't get the life. But now we can get the life. But it's nothing to do with knowledge.
Okay.
Nothing to do with knowledge.
Can angels converse with you? Because these grace
Well,
Christians.
it says we can.
Well, the grace Christians say angels don't chit chat. Only the Holy Spirit will communicate. Angels just stand there like dumb.
Yeah. Well, anyway, see, this is the thing.
Because
You've got to get the answers for yourself, right? You got to stop asking questions.
Oh yeah, right.
All right, from people and trying to find answers in the world. All right. So this stuff that I'm saying, I'm not, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not saying, now listen to me and this is what you got to do, and repent, sinner, and all that. It's not. I'm just trying to share my experiences.
Yeah.
That's all, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just exactly the same. But I'm understanding, and what Jesus said, that it's not about, it's within. That's where we get our inspiration and our knowledge from, okay? From within. But it's not our head. It's not coming out of our head. Our head has to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
And then the knowledge will come into our spirit, and we'll know. We'll know, right? It's just, and it will show then in the way that we live our life, in the way we speak, the way we act.
And do we have to go to a cave or somewhere in nature, or camping?
It's just, your cave is wherever you are.
Some people get that refreshing experience by going camping for 3 nights in nature.
You can have it right now.
If you choose to.
Yeah, if you choose to, you can have it right now.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the whole thing. And for 2,000 years...
Even in a prison cell.
Yeah, wherever you are, because it's within.
Mm.
It's not... See, this is what we've got to understand, and they're saying that this is all an illusion. Okay, it's just 5 dimensions, the 5 senses, but there's a lot more to life than 5 senses. But they're telling us that there is no more to life than 5 senses. It's just it. If you can't see it, hear it, smell it, it doesn't exist. Right? That's what they're telling us, and that's what a lot of people believe. And so that's what they get. They believe that, and they create that, and that's what they get, is that life. Right? This is how powerful we are. But we can create another life. Right? Another type of life that's different than everything that we've known.
Amen.
Okay? That's the promise, and that's kind of like, that's the story of what's going on. So there's a story about another story, okay, that we can be a part of, and something that you and I have, been kind of vaguely aware of most of our life. Yeah. And a lot of people, right? Yeah. But so far we haven't done anything with it, okay? But like millions of other people as well, other, spiritual people as well. But what's coming through now is apparently there's things that veils are being lifted and we're being allowed to understand. And the Bible says we'll go to sleep until the end, right? Then we'll start to wake up. It says the creation groans and travails, eagerly awaiting the earnest manifestation of the sons of God. In other words, the creation groans and travails, eagerly awaiting the manifestation, the earnest manifestation of the sons of God. So in other words, it was acknowledged right back then that we're waiting, right? We're waiting. And this could be the time.
So when it says the sons of God, does that mean we become like God?
Yeah, the children will wake up,
but
be
not
aware,
to become,
and start doing the things greater than Jesus.
But not to be greater than God.
To do the things.
No, I mean, not to become as gods, like some religions teach. Like
we'll never be God.
No, not even little God with little g.
Where is creation?
Yeah.
We're a creation. Yeah. Okay? This is what Sludge Boy couldn't accept. And this is why the people that are under his influence can't accept it either. Alright? Sludge Boy couldn't accept that he was a creation. As far as he was concerned, he was the only thing that there was. There was nothing else apart from him. Yeah. Alright? Yeah. So that's it. We are creations. We will never be God. Right? Yeah. Well, I don't. That thought is absolutely abhorrent to me. I want to spend forever worshipping God.
But that sounds like a rock concert. Satan would love that. Sit on a throne and worship forever. Aren't we going to be doing things in heaven? Not just sit.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I'd be happy. To me, it sounds wonderful to be a creation. Yeah. Right, and to be close to the Creator. Why I couldn't? The thought of me being the Creator is impossible because it's not possible. You know what I mean? I'm a creation. Right? And I'm so grateful that I've been created. What's wrong with being grateful for being created? What's wrong with that? Why is this? Why is this thing about? Oh, I'm equal to my creator.
Yeah, co-creation.
Where did that come from?
Religion, some religions.
Yeah, where did that come from?
The tree of knowledge.
Yeah,
Satan.
Sludge boy. I am equal. I'm nothing more than me.
Become as gods.
Right? I'm a god. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not a creation. I'm a god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was taught that
Exactly.
the image of God could not have been just a spirit. He had to have a body, and we are the sons of God, which means we are His creation. And as God as God was once a man who became a god, and so can we, and join among the gods. But He only moves matter. He doesn't create matter.
It's all nonsense.
Organises matter.
It's all part of the nonsense.
It's Mormon thing.
Stupid, ignorant people. These are the people that have allowed these fucking ghettos to develop. They've had 2,000 years, okay, of understanding of how we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to have love, mercy, compassion.
That's
okay,
it.
2,000 years of it. We had universities, had, like I said, millions of churches, huge fucking temples built on the teachings of loving each other. What happened? Where did we...
Got caught up in the tree of knowledge.
That's it. So, in other words, so you can't trust anything.
In fact, they made God little God. Because you remember that book you wrote called Big God, Little God. If you put God in a box, make Him more human than what He, then we're worshipping a little God. It's contained in a box. We're just like God, man, who once evolved on a planet became a God, and so can we. This is the doctrine, and they're all testifying to the world what a beautiful plan of salvation this is, and all happy clappy going through the, going through like lambs to the slaughter, waiting for the Molochs in that time machine movie. They're all pure in heart, childlike, going into the cave and getting eaten by these bloody cannibals, giving their hearts to a little God, not a big God. Yeah.
And that's what's been going on. Right? And you can't say that it hasn't been going on.
No.
Because if things had been the other way, there's no way we would have had the killings, the wars, the deprivations, the misery that we've had in the world. We would have understood, it's all about love, forgiveness, compassion, mercy, helping. Oh yes, let me build you a house. You're nice and safe now. I feel good now that you're safe.
Yeah.
We didn't get that.
No.
Right?
We even got doctrines like Calvinism. People are born damned, no matter how righteous, Christ righteous, whatever righteous, they are born damned to suffer. Like the Jews, it was all cursed from the beginning. Nothing you can do to change it. We can change anything we want when we choose to do so.
That's it. And this is what the story is, that we can change it. Okay, right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
change the weather. Make it sunny.
We can. But it doesn't want us to know that we can, because it's going to upset the apple cart. All right.
Yeah, they do. Right.
So, but if it's time, it's time.
And more miracles we shall do. Said, which is going to happen.
I'm
expecting witnesses coming.
To start to see things.
Yeah, the supernatural events. All these things are going to happen soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be caught up in the gathering of that. And that's when the time will come where we're being prepared. With that type of faith, the seed's been planted not here but in the heart.
There's a Buddhist bloke who is an Australian bloke, but he studied Buddhism for years. He's on the net. He's actually doing things. All right. Moving things around and stuff. So, and I had to listen to him. It's just things are starting to break out.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of deception.
The laws of physics apply to anyone, I suppose, but even greater. If we've come unto the cross, even greater miracles will happen because we're believers in Christ.
Well, Jesus said you'll do greater things than what I've done. Okay.
But not the Buddhists.
No, see, they don't have a deity. They don't have...
No.
There's no God.
No true God.
It's just emptiness.
Emptiness.
And the oneness, just the stillness.
Yeah.
But they go to the plains. They can tell you all... You want to know about the Akashic record? Ask a fucking Buddhist.
Yeah, I've been to one.
All right? So, we've talked about this.
Yep.
And they get there and they think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
So I reckon that's what's going on there. Okay. So, but above all of that, see, the Akashic record, the astral planes, that's all in the realm of the archons.
I know.
Okay.
The archons, yeah.
Yeah. The archons are.
Yep.
But beyond that,
Yeah.
is
Heaven.
the one.
Yeah.
Okay. The source. Beyond all of it. And if some Buddhist gets to the astral plane and he thinks that he's found the ultimate reality and he doesn't want to know any more, not going to get any further, well then there's no way God's going to let him come up beyond, out of the astral planes. If he's just happy to be there and doesn't think that there's anything else, then he's not going to go any further.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But the little child who comes through the astral planes calling out for Jesus, of course, come up, come home.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, got it.
So not as puffed up fucking metaphysical fucking thing. Oh yes, I'm in the astral planes. I can control things.
Yeah, and watch all the suffering go by.
Yeah,
We're the elite.
Yes. So it's so obvious what's going on there.
Yeah.
But the little child can just burn a hole right through that because we have this power. Trying to see, I can't. I'm not touching it. I'm not enabling access to it, right? But I'm starting to make sense that that is what's going on, and I'm trusting that that power knows that I'm seeking it, right? But I'm not trying to seek it through other ignorant people,
No.
right? I'm trying to seek it through my life, my actual life, you know, how I'm living, which has got nothing to do with what anyone else is saying. It's about me, my choices that I'm making.
Are we creating our own eternity, in a sense?
Well, we're creating our own creation.
Yeah, and we enter into it like heaven is what we create, but in the name of Jesus Christ, we're actually creating something now. It's sort of...
Yeah, but it's not a very good thing that we're creating.
No.
But we could create something much better.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But we're not getting our information from the right place, right?
Yep.
We're not getting our source of inspiration from the right place. We're getting it from the world, from, you know, from the physical universe, from thoughts. That's where we're getting it from. We're not quietly going into our closet, shutting our eyes and seeking God and seeking inspiration through prayer and meditation. We're not doing that. We're getting it from here, right? We're studying, we're learning, we're taking data.
It still helps when two or more gather in Christ's name. It's empowering, isn't it? Because I wasn't thinking that until you came here. I have at times, but it has been a bit of a motivation. But then for weeks, months later, I could be not so much thinking but feeling, or even the feelings you've got to be careful still in the head, coming from the emotions produced by thoughts, but to be just completely still, and then those feelings of the spirit, which is greater than the feelings of human emotions of the world. Yeah.
So one thing they keep saying is that when you start to do this, it's not easy. Okay? They keep making this point that you're going to struggle. Even Jesus said this, right? He said when you start to get there, it's going to be hard and difficult, and it will be a struggle. So, and it's understandable why a lot of people fall away and fall off and start it, but don't carry on with it because it is hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do. That's why so many people don't do it.
Yeah.
Because it is difficult. But we're told that if we push through, there's something on the other side. Right?
In this life?
Yeah, right now.
You don't have to die to get there.
If we push through, if we can force ourselves to be still, right? And not react to our thoughts and emotions, but just watch them without moving.
Okay. And what sends us to hell then? What is going to send people to hell?
Ignorance.
Having the chance to get out of the head into the heart.
Didn't take it.
Wow, ignorance.
Didn't
So
take
that's probably the worst sin, because that leads to all the other lifestyle sins that pleasure seeking.
That's why the present is called the present. It's a
Yeah.
present.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a gift.
Mm.
It's a present. That's why it's
A
the
gift.
same word. You see?
Yeah.
A long time ago when those words were first written down, it's exactly the same spelling. It's exactly the same word.
Yeah.
It means exactly the same thing. It's a gift.
Mm.
Not just the next tick of the clock. It's a gift. Here's a new moment. Seek me. You with me? It's a gift.
Mm.
Time is a gift. All these scientists trying to analyse time and dimension and everything like that, completely missing it.
So you can be childlike and still be ignorant. All these religious people being all childlike, vulnerable, gullible, listening to prophets and
No, that's more childish,
childish.
not childlike. Childlike is the innocent. Childish is the stupidity.
Yeah.
Right? Jumping, hey, got to have a kidney. Childlike is, the innocence.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like,
And not putting your
Mummy,
trust
Daddy,
in man.
you know?
Yep.
Nothing to do with childish. Huge difference.
Wow.
Okay? So, Sludgy Boy wants us all childlike.
Childish, you mean?
Wants us all childish,
Yeah.
but not childlike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he just wants us carrying on like stupid little buggers. Right?
Blow each other up.
Yeah, killing each other. Oh, that's mine. Oh, take me ball and go home.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
That's exactly how...
And religion gets those sort of people.
Well, yeah, because it's all people,
Yeah.
you know?
Daddy prophet, daddy this. I'm the leader.
And the
Follow
reason
me.
why you can track this archetype back through thousands of years, in other words, why nothing has changed, is because it's coming from the same place. It's why we don't change our thinking.
Mm.
We're capable of it, but why do we still have wars? Why do we have ghettos? We've had those things for thousands of years.
Same old story.
But we've had teachings and knowledge for thousands of years as well about how not to do things like that.
Mm.
So why has it always been the same? Why has nothing changed? Nothing. It just keeps repeating, because it's coming from the inspiration is coming from the same place. The same dead place. Nothing new and original about it. Nothing.
Mm.
Sludge Boy doesn't have any creative power. Alright? He just has influence. He can't create anything. Alright?
Mm.
It's just sort of there. Okay? So, So and the promise is that eventually the children will wake up. Okay?
Yeah.
And will start to understand, not through knowledge, but through understanding, through wisdom and understanding, right?
Mm.
That we are children of the Most High God, right? That we are creations, and He has created us to have access to the tree of life.
Okay.
That was the plan and the design.
Do you believe that there's any true prophets on this earth today?
The what?
Any true prophets on this earth today?
Mate, a cockroach could be a prophet if God decided He wanted you to hear something, right?
Do they have to suffer like a prophet of the Old Testament? Persecution unto death to be a true prophet?
We're all the same.
Right.
He's made a family,
Yeah.
right? We're a family.
They're not supposed to be rich, or can they be rich? A prophet.
See, look.
They all seem to be well off.
Oh, not the old ones. Not the
old ones. The sackcloth.
Oh, yeah, but the new ones, like I said, there's nothing... You can't take anything from this world.
No.
All right?
Okay.
It's just about fucked. We've had thousands of years of teachings and wisdom of how to live and how to be kind to each other and how to help each other, okay? And we haven't done it. It's not like we're going to suddenly start doing that. You know what I mean? It's not going to get any better in that respect. Not the world, the whole thing, the way it's been, okay? It's not going to get any better, right? But you can get better. I can get better, all right? You don't have to be a part of that wave, that's rolling. You can be a little bubble of water that jumps out from that wave, okay? Because you have suddenly realised that you have the power to leave the wave. Everyone else thinks they're just droplets of water stuck in the wave, and they just go on with the flow, okay? But you've discovered that you have the actual power to leave the wave because it's supernatural. It really is about spirit. It's not about 3D. Right? This is what I'm trying to understand. This is stuff I'm trying to understand.
Amen.
Right?
Thank you.
And so right now all I have is these words, okay? But I'm feeling like there's something in it, okay?
Yeah.
Because, and I can only assume that this is what is going on, that we're being allowed
The
to
wisdom
see
of the
further.
ages. I mean, it has been shared before, these wisdoms over the
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
You know? But it hasn't caught on. But it seems to be now, it looks like maybe it's catching on. Right? That it's time. But I mean, it's been long enough. Things can't get much worse. Just about all the trees are gone. Half the animals, half the species are gone. They're gone, right? All the created, created all the animals, they're gone. The trees are gone. The earth is destabilized. We've taken so much mass out of the earth in the form of oil and minerals that now the earth is spinning faster, right? Because we've taken too much mass out of the earth, right? And it's spinning faster. Pollution and radiation is just about, ready to drown us. We're destroying the ozone layer with every rocket and high altitude aircraft that flies through the ozone layer. We've put punching holes in it. The magnetosphere is shrinking. The fucking poles are shifting. We've got new World War III. The doomsday clock is like 1 second to 12. The oceans are full of plastic. Just about every fish in the fucking ocean has plastic inside. Wherever they catch fish now, they cut them open. They got a little
I've
plastic.
had a bit of plastic in a tin of sardines.
Yeah. So just about every fish in the water has got this fucking plastic, and we're eating that. That's affecting our DNA, right? So it can't get much worse. How much worse can it get? Yeah. Right. I'll have one more with you, then I'll get going.
Yeah, mate. Thank you so much.
What's the time? 5:20.
What's the time?
5:20.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.